Good morning, race fans. Well, welcome to the NASCAR Report. I'm your host, Tyler White. Thanks for joining us today as we get you ready for this race weekend. Let's start off today with our top story. Tomorrow is going to be the final NASCAR race for Turner Sports after a long 31 years. Turner Sports began their NASCAR coverage on TBS in 1983, and TBS had the broadcasting rights to 3 NASCAR Sprint Cup races, both of the races at Charlotte and the June race at Pocono, and several nationwide races. Back then was the Busch Series. In 2001, TNT acquired the rights from Turner Sports to broadcast NASCAR races. The first NASCAR race on TNT happened July 22nd, 2001 in New Hampshire, with Alan Bestwick, Wally Dallenbach, and Benny Parsons calling the race. Dale Jarrett went to victory lane that day. This is Turner Sports and ESPN's final year at covering NASCAR, as next year the television contract will be from Fox and NBC. Now, for the last 4 years, TNT has provided the most disappointing coverage. Way too many commercial breaks. All this year they've had audio problems and did not even bother to fix it or even mention about it on air. And they don't and their announcers really don't explain the race very good. I mean, Adam Alexander, he was great with MRN. Did a great job announcing races on MRN. He's a great announcer for college football and college basketball games on Fox Sports 1. Great host for NASCAR Race Hub whenever Steve Burns is absent. He was a great host for Speed Center back on Speed Channel, and was a great pit road reporter for the Camping World Truck Series on Speed Channel. Now they're expecting him to take Rick Allen's place as the announcer for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series on Fox Sports 1 next year, while Rick Allen goes to NBC to call NASCAR Sprint Cup and nationwide races during the second half of the season. But if he's going to do that, but he's not a very good announcer for TNT, for the Cup Series. So if he's going to announce the Truck Series next year for Fox Sports 1, he needs to announce the same way he did with MRN and college football games on Fox Sports 1. He can't announce like he's doing on TNT. He's got to go back to the old Adam Alexander, not the new Adam Alexander we see on TNT. Wally Dallenbach, he was good with Alan Bestwick and Benny Parsons. He does not do a great job with Adam Alexander and Kyle Petty. So he needs to go back to the old Wally Dallenbach if he's going to announce some races. He's got to announce like he does with the IndyCar races on NBCSN. And I expect him to be an announcer for some of the nationwide races on NBCSN whenever the nationwide series is at a different track than NASCAR Sprint Cup Series is at. And Kyle Petty, he's not a very good announcer. I mean, he just says, "That's incredible," so many times. "Look at that, that's incredible. Look at the wreck, that's incredible. This driver wins, that's incredible." And then he just bashes the heck out of drivers. I don't expect him to be back announcing races at all. He shouldn't. I mean, he does not do a very good job announcing the races, and I don't think he's very intelligent. So TNT, with the lowest ratings, the most commercial breaks, and not so good announcers, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. Now, later on in the show, we're going to look at the top 5 most memorable NASCAR moments on Turner Sports. Let's take a look at last night's NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race, the American Ethanol 200. Eric Jones gets his second career NASCAR Camping World Truck Series victory. Congratulations, Eric. Ryan Blaney second, Matt Crafton third, Joey Coulter fourth, Ramon Quaruga fifth, Ben Kennedy sixth, Jeff Chacute, I hope I pronounced that name right, he finished 7th. Cole Custer's 8th. Tyler Reddick 9th. And John Hunter Nemechek 10th. Now, Toyota has won every NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race this year. Kyle Busch won all 5 of the truck races he's been in this year. Matt Crafton won 2 races this year. Darrell Wallace Jr. won at Gateway, and Eric Jones won last night. It's safe to say Toyota is following their logo. Let's go places. They're going places this year. I mean, they've ran good all year long, won every race. I think the engine builders at TRD, Toyota Racing Development, they're building some pretty strong engines, I'll tell you that. A look now at the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series point standings. Matt Crafton retakes the points lead. He has a 2-point lead over Ryan Blaney. Johnny Sauter 3rd, Ramon Quaruga 4th, Ben Kennedy 5th. Or Ron Hornaday 4th, Ben Kennedy... Yeah, I said that right. Sorry. wait a minute. Herman Quiroga 4th, Ron Hornaday 5th, Ben Kennedy 6th. Excuse me for my mistake. Timothy Peters 7th, Darrell Wallace Jr. 8th, Joey Coulter 9th, and John West Townley 10th. Now this Truck Series point standings, it's going to be a very close ride. There's no telling who's going to win this championship. I mean, I think we won't know who will actually have this championship won until we go to Homestead. That's my bold prediction. And you can catch the nationwide race today at New Hampshire. That's the Green 200 on ESPN2. Now, ever since 2006, a Cup driver has won this race. So my bold prediction today, we will see a Cup driver win. Kyle Busch, he won this race last year. He's won 3 nationwide races this year. He won at Phoenix, Bristol, and then again at Dover. Brad Keselowski won this race in 2012. He won at Vegas. So it's safe to say a Cup driver will win again today in the Nationwide Series. And you can catch tomorrow's Camping World RV Sales 301 on TNT. Expect Kevin Harvick to have a good run. He won the fall race in 2006. Expect Kurt Busch to have a good run. He's won here 3 times. Expect Kyle Busch to have a good run. He won this race back in 2006. Expect Joey Logano to have a good run. He picked up his first career victory in this race back in 2009, and this is also his home track. He grew up not too far in Middletown, Connecticut. Expect Denny Hamlin to have a good run. He's a 2-time winner at this racetrack. Expect Jeff Gordon to have a good run. He's a 3-time winner at this racetrack. Jimmie Johnson, another 3-time winner. Expect him to have a good run. Also, Tony Stewart has 3 wins here. Expect him to have a good run. Matt Kenseth won the fall race here last year. Expect him to have a good run. Expect Clint Boyd to have a good run. He's a 2-time winner here and got his first career victory in 2007 here at New Hampshire. And Brian Vickers won this race last year. Expect him to have a good run. And as we mentioned at the top of the show, this is the final NASCAR race on Turner Sports. So in honor of that, let's take a look at the top 5 most memorable moments for Turner Sports in NASCAR. Number 5 happened July 6, 2013, the Coke 0400. Jimmie Johnson dominated the entire race, leading 92 of the 160 laps, and was able to sweep both races at Daytona. The last driver to do that, Bobby Allison, in 1982. Now, it's pretty big when you win the Daytona 500, but I think it's even more bigger when you sweep both of them. Because the Daytona 500, it's our biggest race. But sweeping both of them, it's hard to do. And prior to that, it's been 30 years. But Jimmie Johnson was able to do it last year, so it's pretty special when you sweep both races at Daytona. Number 4, June 15th, 2012, the Quicken Loans 400 at Michigan. Dale Earnhardt Jr. on Father's Day broke a 4-year winless streak to pick up his 2nd victory for Hendrick Motorsports and the first with his crew chief, Steve Letarte. What a big day that was at New Hampshire, or Michigan, I should say, excuse me. And since then, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Steve Letarte has went on to win 2 more races. They won the Daytona 500 this year. They also won a Pocono. They're on a roll for a championship this year. That's my bold prediction. Number 3 happened May 29th, 1994. The Coca-Cola 600 on TBS. Rusty Wallace led the most laps and was in position to win, but it was the pit strategy in the end that cost him the race. As Ray Evernham called Jeff Gordon and his pit crew to take 2 tires, Jeff Gordon was on the pole for the race. And prior to that, in his rookie season 1993, he didn't win any race, and everyone scratching their heads wondering why did Rick Hendrick pick him. But Jeff Gordon proved just why, as he took the lead with 19 laps to go, and went on to pick his first career victory. And what an emotional race that was, as Jeff Gordon cried tears of joy after winning that race. So back then, people picked on Jeff Gordon for not winning a race. Well, here we are almost 20 years later, and he has 89 wins and 4 championships. And I believe that win really proved to everyone that Jeff Gordon was going to be the next big star. I really believe that. Number 2, the 1986 Miller High Life 400 on TBS. A cold day at Richmond, but it was a clash of the titans between Dale Earnhardt and Darrell Waltrip, as they both wrecked on the last lap, and Kyle Petty snuck by him to get his first career victory of the season. What a race that was. That was a big rivalry back in the 1980s between Darrell Waltrip and Dale Earnhardt. They're also very good friends. And, of course, I think what really gives me chills is watching Darrell Waltrip do a Fox interview with Dale Earnhardt 4 days before his death in 2001. That really gets me chills every time I watch it. And that was a very crazy race, too. Nobody expected Kyle Petty to win the race. I don't even think his dad, Richard Petty, even expected it. And the number one Turner Sports moment for NASCAR, most memorable, December 1998 in Japan for an exhibition race. It was Dale Earnhardt Sr. versus Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dale Earnhardt Sr. finished 4th. Dale Earnhardt Jr. finished 6th. Now, we don't see Peyton Manning and Archie Manning playing the Super Bowl, but that is something very special. I'm sure Dale Earnhardt Jr. will remember this for the rest of his life. Alright, let's take a look at the weather forecast courtesy of Fox 25 in Boston. For today's nationwide race, lots of sunshine and a high of 86. A beautiful American day to watch the race. And tomorrow for the Cup Series, only a 40% chance of rain, but still looking beautiful, a high of 86. So just a slight chance. I wouldn't be too concerned about it. So if you're heading out to the race this weekend, we hope you have a good time. And I guarantee you'll want to come back for more when NASCAR returns to New Hampshire in September for the fall race. Alright, that's our show today. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tyler White. We'll be back here on Monday to recap the race. We'll look at the point standings. Plus, we'll get you ready for next Saturday night's NASCAR Nationwide race at Chicago. Until then, I'm Tyler White reminding you, for you to do to others, you have them doing to you. We'll see you next time on the NASCAR Report, everybody. Have a great day.